Oh, in this short video, I wanted to look into what is the difference between a .install package, a .portable package, and just a package with the name of the underlying application. Let's go ahead and dig into what I'm talking about here. So on this machine, I've just got a fresh installation of Chocolatey. I've got very little installed here. So if I run the chocolist local only command, you'll see that I've only got really a few packages installed. Now, what I'm talking about here, let's use a specific example, is let's imagine I wanted to install the Git application. It's a common tool used by a lot of developers and ops folks. So if I go up to the Chocolatey repository and I search for Git, so I've been a little bit more specific here, and I've said that I want to search for packages that have just got Git in the ID. But the results that come back are, well, there's Choco install Git, there's Choco install git.commandline, there's Choco install git.install, there's Choco install git.portable. What do all of these mean? So I'll come back to what the .command line is in a second. So for now, I'm going to concentrate on Git by itself, git.install, and git.portable. So let's start out by actually installing Git. So I'm going to walk up to my command line here, and I'm going to go choco install Git. Now, what we'll see happening at this point is that Chocolatey will reach out for that nupkeg, that git.nupkeg, and it'll find that a dependency on that package is the git.install package. And it'll ask me, well, do you want to install that one as well as the git package? And for now, I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to do that. But if I go over here to my add remove programs, you'll see that as of right now, I've only got Google Chrome installed. That's one of the packages that I installed through Chocolatey. But as the git.install package is being installed, what's actually happening is that under the hood, the actual Git application is being installed, meaning that it's going to have an entry in add remove program. So we can see it added into the add remove programs there. And if as per normal, you could uninstall it from there if you really wanted to. But what's happened on the left-hand side is that it finished the installation of the git.install package, and then it completed the app operation that I actually asked it to do, which was to install the git package. So if I now walk up to do choco list.local only again, what we'll find is that we have the git package and we have the git.install package. So to say that again, I did choco install git, but I ended up with two packages installed on my machine. The first one is really just what we refer to as there's depending on the context, it's either a meta package or a virtual package. For the purposes of this video, we'll talk about it just being a meta package. So a meta package is a package that has a dependency on something else. So the git package has a dependency on the git.install package. So it makes it really simple in this case to get Git installed, because all I had to do was choco install Git. I didn't need to know that there was a .git install package. So now, with that installed, if I try and run Git, it will work. Now, depending on your setup, you might need to refresh your environment there, because Git, the installation of Git may have made some modifications to, and in fact it did. So Git, the installation of Git would have added a path variable into your Windows installation, but because I've uninstalled and reinstalled before running this video, I've already got that variable in my path, and that's why it was showing up. But if you needed to, you could use the helper that we provide with Chocolatey, which is the refresh env helper, and that would have rebuilt the list of entries in your path variable, making them available on this instance. So what have we got here? Why do we need the Git package as well as the git.install package? The first one is for discoverability. It's a lot simpler for me to come up here and write choco install git rather than having to remember git.install. So purely for discoverability. Now, if you wanted to, you absolutely could just install git.install and you wouldn't have the additional meta package included on your system. Now, there are good reasons that you may not want to do that, but that's a topic for a different video on what we refer to as virtual packages. But for now, what I've got installed on my machine now is I have the git package, the git install package, that physically installed the git application into my Windows machine. And now, if I wanted to, I can go ahead and say uninstall git. Now, because of some internal handling within Git, Git's actually aware that there's an associated git.install package. So when I uninstall Git, I'm prompted there, well, do you actually want to uninstall the git.install package as well? And when I do that, it will then run the uninstallation scripts, and it will remove the Git application from my Windows machine. Okay, so just to kind of reiterate that again, Choco install git actually installs 2 packages. You don't really need to know about that or care about that. The actual size of the .git package is tiny. Really all it is a single file that is the new spec file that contains the information about the dependency to the git.install package. There's very little added weight onto your system, but you absolutely have the option of doing Choco install git.install if you wanted to. So then the question becomes, well, what is the git.portable package? So if I walk up to here and do git.portable, it's going to install just a single package. And that single package is the non-installer version of Git. So it's a self-extracting exe that gets plonked onto the file system, and you can run that exe directly from there. It doesn't need to be installed. And as a result, there won't be an entry in add remove programs for that application. Chocolatey, because Chocolatey is a standard packaging format, we personally don't care, so Chocolatey doesn't care. So I can say Chocolist local only, and I know that I have the git.portable package installed. If I attempt to run git from here, that won't work because, unlike the last time, I don't have the entry in my path variable. But if I do a refresh env at this point and then run git, then I'll have the git exe ready to be used. So the other things that I wanted to point out at this point, so hopefully that makes sense. And then in the same way, I could do choco uninstall git.portable. And at that point, the git package and the git, in this case, the standalone exe will be completely removed from my system. So hopefully that answers the question as to why there are different package types, .install and .portable. Typically what you'll find is that the meta package, in this case the git package, will point to the install version, so the package that will add an entry into add remove programs. There are a couple of packages that don't do that, but it's in your own interest to look at the package and figure out which one it is going to install. So if I come back up here to the Chocolatey repository, I can click on Git, and I can scroll down to the dependencies section, and then here it'll tell me exactly which of the packages it's going to install. So in this case, Git installs git.install because of that dependency. But there are some packages that don't do that, and the meta package will install the portable version. But just take a look and see which one actually provides the functionality that you want. The part that I wanted to come back to was, why are there .command line packages for Git, and why has it been marked, in this case, why has it been marked as deprecated? So to answer that, the concept of a meta package in this case has gone through a couple of iterations. So originally there was packages that were a .app or a .command line or a .tool, but the community spoke up basically and said that what makes sense is .portable and .install to distinguish between the installed version of the application and the local self-contained instance of the application. So most times you will see .install and .portable, and if there was an existing .command line or .tool or .app version of the package, those will have been deprecated. Again, as maintainers come and go, you might find that there are some packages that still follow the old conventions, but that will hopefully work its way through the system eventually, and what we're left with is just the .portable and the .install packages. So hopefully this has been useful. There is an entry, an FAQ on the website that talks through this, but it's essentially what I've just described here and what I've shown. So hopefully this has been useful. It is a question that comes up quite regularly, but that was it in a nutshell. So thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.